Okay, let's try and get something productive done today. Here I am once again. I'm going to give you a review of an advanced mobile suit in action figure this time. This is my only one, and we have the advanced MSiA Buster Gundam. The Buster Gundam hails from the Cosmic Era portion of the Gundam universe, which basically the series that takes place in that are Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. Buster Gundam is piloted by a young man named Dirka Elsman, and I haven't watched much of Gundam Seed, so that's basically the gist of it. Now I'll explain Advanced MSiA real quick. When Seed first came out, Advanced MSiA were, well, MSiA figures that have a die-cast metal skeleton under their armor. Get used to that, folks. A die-cast metal skeleton under their armor, and you actually have to put the armor on yourself. Well, part of it is die-cast metal, the rest of it is plastic. See, there's actually quite a bit of detail. I'm not going to remove all the armor on this thing because otherwise we're going to be here all day. Get in there. There. Which I can probably... And that's basically the back of it and the front of it. And they've only done advanced MSiAs for a number of Gundam Seed figures. And they decide, apparently they're like, hey, these aren't doing so well, let's just stick to regular MSiA for these. And they did. Because either it was just a one-time thing, or Advanced MSiA were such a huge failure. And spoiler alert, folks, I have to agree with them. Now, I know it may not be fair to say that, because this is the only Advanced MSiA figure I've seen in person. Let's at least go through the steps like we usually do, talk about the good points and the bad points. So let's look at the detail. There's quite a bit of detail on this, which is to be expected from the Japanese MSiA figures. And there's a lot of detail under the skeleton. What I don't like is a lot of these parts just fall off without, if I just look at them funny. Especially the right front knee here and the left back panel here. This part that my thumb is on. And also, and this is on my version, the cannon here, it kind of looks like the hook here has been worn down, so it does not stay on its hip right. So that bothers me a lot because it falls off constantly. What is cool is the shoulders open up to show little missile pods. You've got 6 in each shoulder, so that's pretty cool. The head is on a ball joint. The head doesn't want to seem to turn a lot. It's pretty stiff, so very stiff. And also the hips seem to want to fall off them, not as much as the other parts. Anyways, for other articulation, he has, I'm not sure if you can see, it is like a little gray block right here. I used to have a pointer tool. Where'd that go? Get it! It's a little gray block right here. That allows it to move its arm in back and forth. Give it a little bit of range. And of course, its arm is on a ball joint, and it has a swivel joint in its shoulder as well. Double jointed elbows, so always good to have. And ball joint hands. Though, as opposed to version 2 MSiA, it has the version 1 MSiA style, where instead of the hand having a hole, you plug it into the ball joint on the forearm. The hand itself has a ball joint, and you plug it into the hole in the forearm. So that makes me a little bit more wary when when removing the hands. So I tend to keep the open hands because, well, 9 times, I mean, it's Buster Gundam. 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to have them hold the guns, right? Right. Waist articulation, non-existent. Has hip articulation, but, and there goes that knee. I tell you, folks. See, move back and forth, but of course the skirt armor, which you plug in, restricts their movement. Double joint elbows. Look at him. How many people can you say can actually touch their back with their heel? That's pretty good. That's actually good. And he's got 2 joints in both his feet. One's like a little block here that's attached to the shin, and then the foot itself is attached to it by the hole that connects to the ball joint on the bottom of it. So it's got a fairly good amount of articulation. It's just the armor restricts some of it, and you don't really seem to notice just how much it's restricted until you try to have it hold the weapon. Speaking of which, hey, how about a demonstration of that? Okay, this slides out here. Okay, you know what? Alright, I'm not going to get upset about that. Now see, it's different from the regular MSiA because, for one, it doesn't clip into the backpack when it's being stored. And, let's see, this rotates here, and I haven't really found a good way to have them hold onto these. And try to... Yeah. Then the handle goes in. You know what? Good enough, folks. I know we're getting there all the way, but I don't want to waste a lot of your time. Look at it. And it doesn't want to stay. See, it's not on a ball joint with the MSiA version. It's on a peg. A peg. If you ask me, that's just the way you have to... The way he holds on to this, it feels like it's just asking to break off, and that annoys me. And don't even get me started on trying to get him to hold the big one here, the other one here, with it connected, because that's not happening. That is not happening. Now, just like the regular MSiA, he can combine them. It just looks awkward. Now you might say, well, College of Willikers, Grimmy, you know, the regular MSiA version kind of looks awkward to some people too. And I would say, okay, true. It didn't bother me as much, but this is just sad. And of course the second set of handles slide out here. That's going to do a lot of good because you can barely get him to hold it. So, you know, articulation's good unless you try to get him to hold his... Do you see what I mean, folks? It just... This is not really intended for a lot of play. Oh, I never even went over what accessories he comes with, did I? Let's see, he has 2 pairs of hands, closed fists, and open hands hold his gun. There's the closed fists. That's it. And he has the guns. And all the armor. And that's actually quite a fair amount of accessories, but I'm sorry, folks. I'm really trying to be professional about this, but I just have so much seething rage when it comes to this toy. It just... Let's talk about a better toy! but no, joking aside, joking aside, you know, I'm not doing this to troll Gundam Seed fans. I'm not doing it to poke fun at anyone except this toy. You know, maybe the Advanced Strike Gundam is great, you know, or maybe the Dual Gundam is fantastic, but this, just from this one figure, I really can't recommend the Advanced MSiA series as a whole, which is really sad because that is the only version of MSiA you will find of Aegis Gundam. Yeah, we never got a regular MSiA Aegis Gundam. What's up with that? Anyway, I'm gonna be he's got some good points, but the bad really outweighed the good. Would not recommend him. With that said, does anyone want to trade for this? Yes, I'm serious. I will actually trade this away. I really do not want this in my collection. What would I want? How about some Seed Destiny MSiA? I'm really short on Gundam Seed Destiny MSiA. We good? Cut, print, let's go home.